I'm beginning to feel slightly sick. And just to rub it in, great conspiracy theories abound about who does and does not control the world economy. Well, today I've assembled a bunch of folks who you could argue actually do. This is not the Bilderberg, this is not the Trilateral Commission, this is just GPS. But we have with us Christine Lagarde, who is the Finance Minister of France, Lawrence Summers, a former Secretary of the Treasury, now serves as the head of the White House Economic Council. Tharman Shanmugaratnam is the Finance Minister of Singapore, and Dominique Strauss-Kahn has been called the guardian of the global financial system. He is the Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund. So let's talk about financial reform. Dominique Strauss-Kahn, whoever in your organization came up with the acronym for the tax you have proposed deserves a gold medal, because it is, of course, exquisitely named the FAT tax. Other countries have VAT taxes. You are proposing a FAT tax, a tax of financial activities transaction tax. The idea here is presumably to achieve some kind of global commonality exactly along the lines that Larry Summers is suggesting. But France has immediately said, as far as I can tell, well, wait a minute, we don't have banks that need to be taxed. Singapore isn't going to go along with it. Tokyo isn't going to go along with it. Canada isn't going to go along with it. So there you have four important financial centers that aren't going to go along with this.
Well, you know, we had a risk of this tax being named a fat cat tax. So the solution finally was not that bad. Well, I will let the different men of this panel to answer for their own country. But, you know, one of the big legacy of this crisis is that we avoided something as big as the Great Depression everybody was talking about 8 months ago, because we had a huge level, unparalleled level of economic policy cooperation. We need to have the same level of coordination that we had during the crisis, and that's what we're arguing.
So will France go along with the FAT tax?
Yes, not exactly necessarily along the lines of what Dominique is proposing, but in essence we are very supportive of the proposal. And certainly I see it as my duty to make sure that we have in place a system that stops players from taking unnecessary, excessive, abusive risk that put the whole system in play.
Bill Clinton in an interview said, when asked about derivative regulation, he said, Bob Rubin and Larry Summers gave me the wrong advice, and I was wrong to take it. Have you changed your mind on these issues?
Keynes was once asked, you saying something different than you used to say. Why is that? And he responded, when conditions change, I change my views. What the international community should resist is an attempt to place one set of standards on foreign banks and a different and lower set of standards on one's own institutions.
There are many countries that share the same concern, that China's undervalued currency is causing a distortion in global trade. Do you think it's possible for other major countries to prevail upon China to think about this, to revalue its currency?
I agree with Tharman. I think it will be China prevailing upon itself and realizing that it's in their own self-interest to reappreciate or to appreciate their currency. And it's a matter of self-confidence, understanding the situation, taking time into account. But I think it will be China prevailing upon itself, very much so.